Welcome to the Narratives Obscura channel, where hidden stories and untold tales come to life. Dive deep into the unknown and discover the secrets that history has left behind. If you like exploring the obscure, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I was on the last train out of Grand Central Station, heading to my small apartment on the outskirts of the city. It was well past midnight, and the usually bustling station was eerily quiet. The only sound was the distant hum of the city and the occasional announcement over the PA system. As I settled into my seat, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. The train was nearly empty, save for a few scattered passengers who looked just as tired as I felt. The fluorescent lights flickered above, casting unsettling shadows on the walls. The train lurched forward, and I closed my eyes, hoping to catch a few moments of sleep before my stop. But the silence was soon broken by a strange, rhythmic tapping sound. I opened my eyes and looked around, but no one else seemed to notice. The sound grew louder, more insistent, and I felt a chill run down my spine. I stood up, intending to investigate, but as I did, the lights flickered again and then went out completely. The train plunged into darkness, and I could hear the other passengers stir in their seats. Panic started to rise in my chest, but I forced myself to stay calm. The train slowed to a stop, and I felt an unsettling stillness settle over us. I reached for my phone, but the screen was dead. No signal, no light, nothing. I could hear the faint whispers of the other passengers, but they seemed distant, as if they were coming from far away. Suddenly, a piercing scream shattered the silence. It was a woman's scream, filled with terror and desperation. My heart pounded in my chest as I tried to locate the source of the scream, but the darkness was impenetrable. Then, just as suddenly as it had stopped, the train lurched forward again. The lights flickered back on, revealing the terrified faces of the other passengers. But something was wrong. There were more people now, standing in the aisles, their eyes vacant and their clothes tattered. I looked around frantically, trying to make sense of what I was seeing. These new passengers were pale, almost translucent, and their expressions were blank, as if they were trapped in some kind of trance. I backed away slowly, my heart racing, but no matter which way I turned, there was no escape. The tapping sound returned, louder and more insistent, echoing through the train car. I glanced down and saw a figure crouched under one of the seats, its long, bony fingers tapping rhythmically against the metal floor. It looked up at me with hollow eyes, and I felt a wave of nausea wash over me. I stumbled backward, tripping over my own feet, and landed hard on the floor. The other passengers were staring at me now, their eyes empty and unblinking. The train picked up speed, hurtling through the darkness, but the outside world was nothing but a blur. I crawled to my feet and ran to the nearest door, pounding on it desperately, but the door wouldn't budge. I was trapped. I turned around, my back pressed against the door, and saw the figure standing over me, its eyes boring into mine. "You shouldn't have come," it whispered, its voice raspy and hollow. "Now, you can never leave." The train plunged into darkness once more, and I felt a cold hand close around my wrist. The last thing I heard was the sound of the train's whistle, echoing through the void, before everything went black. I woke up in my apartment, drenched in sweat, my heart still racing. The clock read 3:33 a.m. It had to be a nightmare, I told myself. But as I glanced at my wrist, I saw the faint imprint of a hand, cold and clammy, as if someone had been holding onto me for dear life. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, be sure to subscribe and activate the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest mysteries. If you found this video intriguing, please like it and share it with other explorers. See you on your next adventure.